Cool album covers. Episode 61. Good acid.
I'm Mark Major.
I'm Rich Bachelor.
Let's jump into this, shall we? Nektar.
I am feeling kind of green and globular myself.
See, this is totally about acid because look at the alchemy apparatus with them.
Oh, yeah.
This is all about a lab, man-made drugs.
Here's how to distill LSD out of what turns out to be perfectly usable wood. You totally could have used that to build something, but no, you had to distill it into whatever your green globular ass wanted.
Oh, look at this guy.
Return to forever. I can't even really tell what's going on here.
It seems like they wanted to shoehorn every possible thing that might be coming out of this guy's instrument.
Oh, is that what's going on? Is he playing an instrument? I mean, it looks like he's emerging from a heart from where I'm sitting.
Well, that too. He's blowing into some type of a trumpet.
Right.
I think really what I would have to say is the good acid moment is the fact that he's wearing a cape.
Yes. He's not another one of those guys from the Cape of Wakeman, is he? It's one of those moments again where you gotta say, my trip ain't like your trip, and I can say for a fact I ain't never had your trip there, whoever you are.
His trip is like into some sort of botanical garden.
Or like, he really, really loves wallpaper. Guess who grew up to become an interior designer, everybody?
Buddy Miles.
Yeah.
Live. Or live, depends on the acid.
It depends on what your flaming heart wants to do as your face emerges from the painted desert.
So he's just drumming out, and then in the background, he sees himself as some type of landmass?
A mesa? Yeah, he's like...
But he's quite happy.
Just as you drum and become more pleased with yourself, you are so pleased that you start to take over entire regions of what I believe is Nevada. There's Satanic, Majesties, etc., etc.
These guys really knew how to make a copycat album.
The Rolling Stoves, as we all know. If you have the right version of this album, you can pick that up and, flip it back and forth in your hands, and it's got that 3D effect weirdness going on.
Yeah, it does that weird magic lantern thing.
Yeah, thing that you normally find only on postcards of fishermen, bagging a fantastic catch.
So everyone obviously refers to this as their Sgt. Pepper's cover. Mm-hmm. Maybe not their Sgt. Pepper's album, but if you go to the gatefold, yeah, they take it up a notch. Notice that the whole left side is taken up by World's Stupidest Maze.
If this is not only their answer to Sgt. Pepper's, it's also their answer to the Moody Blues' In Search of the Lost Chord, which also has a giant yantra inside of it like that. Mm-hmm. But with a lot more pretension and explaining to you what a yantra is.
And finally, Adventures in Sound.
It's for kids. Why don't you play fair? You could be in Mayfair. On one hand, she's like, the ace is gonna fucking kill us. And he's like, shut up, Trisha, I got my own heavy thing going on over here.
I'm really into trains, man. Leave me alone.
Curiously, there is a Ventures album that is almost exactly like this.
It's not the Ventures Go Psychedelic, is it?
It's not. I forget what it's called, but it is a somewhat older boy-girl couple on a magic carpet flying through space. And yeah, same thing, where it's kind of like, Billy, I'm freaked out. And he's like, hey, leave me alone, Trisha. If I had to guess, based on what I'm seeing. That's some good acid.
Oh, yes it is.
I don't know. Do you think that maybe different artists were working on the varying points on the Wheel of Karma here represented on this album cover?
I'm going to say even more so than that none of these people actually knew that their artwork was going to be on an album cover. I think it was probably all lifted.
Yeah, that scary house with dark clouds above it, that very clearly is, a cocktail napkin drawing if ever I saw one.
Well, I wouldn't pay more than $1.95 for this.
You're in luck, although you still got ripped off.
Oh, that's true. And this has been Good Acid.
Good acid.